Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Swag Switcher, the homie Mazaku over here, and it is the BBoD podcast, but we're not podcasting, but we definitely about to hit y'all with this raw review. And before we even really get into it, let me just say, wait, let me see if I can find it real quick, because where was it at? Where? At 9:44. You might not be able to tell completely because it's a little blurry, but I hit this man up and I said, "Hey, it's gonna happen tonight."
I'm gonna pull it up because mine's a little bit better.
Ah,
Yeah,
yours is better.
I just
And
flipped
he
it.
said, "Bet." He said, "Bet," and boy, oh boy, mm-mm-mm, it happened.
so,
Boy, did it happen.
so for those who are just joining, yes, Roman Reigns made his return tonight in a moment I didn't expect. So the message that Swag Switch is talking about, he texted at 9:30 ish. He was like, "Yo, I'm calling it now. Roman Reigns is showing up." And at first, I wasn't even thinking about it because my brain was saying like, "Hey, this steel cage match. After this, how is the WrestleMania fuse gonna go down?" And we're going to talk about it and kind of where we think things are going to end up at after this match. But I know you want to go over the notes completely of the show, so let's just kind of start off at the beginning. What
Oh,
do you have?
so for the most part, so the night starts off. We have Jay Yeet taking on Jason Wilder, and that's coming from what happened last week because they had a little confrontation and whatnot. And it was one of those things. As far as I'm concerned, it was a little bit of a throwaway match. It was whatever and whatnot. Freaking Jay wins. Then both of the boys, Jason and also oh wow, why am I blanking on homie's name? Goddamn,
Grayson Waller,
no, not Grayson, the other guy.
Austin Theory.
Goddamn, there we go, Austin Theory. Yeah, I don't care about that guy, but when they're in the ring and they're beating the hell out of him and stuff like that. But the Jay, he starts getting his hype up and he starts fighting back, throws one out the ring, and everything. He gets the spear in, he's feeling himself, and then Gunther just puts him to sleep. And I'm like, man, we're really gonna keep doing this to him till WrestleMania. That's what's going on. That's literally how this is gonna go down. I mean, Gunther said it. He said, "I'm going to make your life hell until we get to the show." And I almost was starting to feel a little hype because last week, Jay, he was all thug and all mad and everything. He's like, "Nah, we about to turn up right now. You about to see a new just to fall asleep tonight."
Yeah, he literally starts the segment off coming through the crowd. You about to see a new Jey Uso, just getting hype, and then the
I,
match, like you said before, throwaway match. I honestly feel like with what they're trying to do right now, they're keeping him occupied because the story it pretty much is going to sell itself. He goes to Mania, he's winning, boom bam. There's not much story to this because this is pretty much, unfortunately, the B title right now.
see the problem for me right now is like there's a part of me that really wants Jay to lose now. Like
Mm.
for him, could just to paint this picture real quick. But
Actually,
but
real quick, to paint this picture, this is gonna kind of go into the segment we got called the Disket Lariat Lounge, where you're gonna flip the script and you're gonna hit somebody square with the nose, what you're predicting real quick. So go ahead hit with that lariat.
oh, you know what? That is kind of true because it's like because we're going through all of this, right? Is like, and the reason why I even say this is because we're making it seem like Jay absolutely cannot beat this guy. It is so impossible for him to win. And we're going to get to WrestleMania, and then he's going to win. He has no choice but to win. Because for him to be getting dog walked by Gunther week after week after week after week, then to get to WrestleMania and not win would be wild. But to me, at this point, and it's just the whole thing of like keeping the audience on their toes. Like honestly, this would probably maybe it's because I came up in the Vince McMahon era, and Vince McMahon would do some shit like this where it'll be all like, yeah, we're just gonna make it seem like, and then like at the very end, like the last Raw, he's gonna get his lick back on Gunther, and everyone's gonna be like, oh snap, maybe Jay can do it, and then we go to WrestleMania, the big flashing lights and all this other stuff, and he loses.
And he loses. Oh man.
Low
Now
key, that's what I want to see. I know I won't see it, but Lord knows if he, because it's one of those things where realistically it would absolutely bury him if
and
if
that
he was
honestly
to
would,
go all the way
cause
there and lose.
because yeah, like because at that point, what he's supposed to be main event Jey Uso without no main event title. Yes, he is. He's very popular. The kids love him. You know, everybody. He's over. He's absolutely over. And a lot of times in most wrestling promotions, and this is why Penta's also experiences a lot. When you are that over, you don't need a title. The title is supposed to build you up. So putting a belt on somebody who's super over doesn't really elevate the belt and sometimes stagnates the wrestler. Like, look at Cody Rhodes' reign currently. Like, everybody is saying online, say like X and etc. Like, Cody's reign hasn't really been that exciting. The story itself was great, but these title reigns going against Solo and just constantly going against him, but just every opponent he's had has not really elevated his reign. They're just typical title matches. You got KO, Solo, and do you remember the other ones? Those are the only two I remember.
So, to what you're saying, to me, and it has a lot to do with the way that they've been using and doing the title kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it would help it mean more if Cody had more matches in between. It's like they're doing this thing. It's like they're doing the Brock Lesnar thing, but Cody's still there every night.
Mm-hmm. Or
But
you mean
it's
like the
like,
Roman Reigns thing where, well, yeah, Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar did come out. He'll come out, do a promo because of Paul Heyman and then not do anything. Okay, you're right.
but the thing with Brock Lesnar, he might not be there every night, but he would be there sometimes. And if he was there, he was just there to just show up and be seen. And that's what Cody has been doing. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like he will show up and be seen, but not have a match.
Mm-hmm.
Or he'll show up and get jumped, or he'll come out and interfere and help somebody in a match, but he's not having a match. And I mean, I guess it's not necessarily horrible. However, compare it to, well, hell, compare it to Gunther right now, where he does have matches. Or when Seth Rollins with the World Heavyweight title, he would come out there and he'd have a match every night type thing. Now, I'm not sure if it's just because of the prestige level of the title type thing where it makes it where he doesn't need to have a match all the time kind of thing, but I'm just like, you know, but I feel as if that might lead to part of the reasons why it seems like Cody Rhodes' reign ain't too great. And I guess in comparison to Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns kind of sort of did the same thing, but there was action that was happening in his name. So it's like though Roman Reigns did not have a match because Roman Reigns is being represented by the bloodline kind of thing. Like it's almost like you're getting Roman through the bloodline, but Cody Rhodes is just Cody Rhodes by himself. He doesn't have like a team or anything.
He
And
doesn't have a
so,
story that elevates him to continue on because, yes, with Roman, every edition of a title match is evolving the bloodline. So outside of just the belt, he had the faction he had to build behind, building trust, losing trust for a person, someone showcasing their loyalty or going for a tag title. It was the faction that helped elevate and keep Roman Reigns relevant, because if, say, Solo had to go beat up somebody because they were trying to get at Roman, or the Usos were doing stuff, like they were doing stuff for him to keep him active. Cody has nothing to keep him active. And two, yes, he's a super babyface champion, but there's nothing to keep you, I would say, engaged or looking forward to a match, because it's not the John Cena era of John Cena wins lull, but it's kind of like you look at the situation and say, that person's not winning. And at first, I thought maybe KO would win, because again, I'm a big KO fan. But I damn sure knew Solo Sikoa wasn't winning. You just knew it, okay? But if they did flip it on us to then maybe bring up another bloodline situation at WrestleMania where Solo is now champion until Roman comes back. This is my Discalaria, by the way. Him coming back and then fighting Solo for the title at Mania. That, to me, kind of was where I thought it may go. But knowing how over Cody is, he's not losing that belt until you find someone, and we don't know who it's going to be, that is going to elevate him high enough, except John Cena. I feel like I'm calling it now, John Cena is winning that damn title, because even though, remember how humble he's always said, I don't want to take Ric Flair's championship reign, most championship title reign. I don't want to take that. But to make his heel character even more of a heel, he could just say, fuck Ric Flair's reign. I'm taking it because XYZ. Whatever we find out next week on Raw, whatever his reasoning is, if that is like he completely is erasing his entire values of being humble, hustle, loyalty, respect, and he just says, bump all that. I'm taking Ric Flair's reign and I'm doing it for the business, or whatever reason it is. So that's the only person I think could do it. And then let John Cena's last reign with the title be that until he loses it and it elevates the next person. That is what I see.
Which is going to end up being Cody Rhodes at the end.
Probably. Yeah.
But I mean, that is to be seen at this point. But,
yes, but we're kind of going off topic. Going into that, the first segment, Jey Uso loses, gets choked out, and what was the next segment after that?
Put to sleep. That
people put to sleep.
Talking all that big stuff. Brand new chick. So.
I want to make that a clip now. Just brand new chick. Like when you get hyped for the party, at the party.
Listen. Oh man.
First drink. Something like that.
So after that was they start going into the business with Judgment Day. They do the little flashback talking about last week when Finn Balor came out there talking all of that good stuff towards Braun Breaker and everything, and then Braun Breaker came in there and damn near broke Finn Balor in half, and so which led to a little backstage interaction where Dom actually went and talked to Adam Pearce about getting him a title shot for the Intercontinental belt. And at first, Phil was about to jump down Dom's throat about something, and Dom's like, go, because he was like, hey, so I went to talk to Adam Pearce about Intercontinental title run. He's like, oh, so you went and got yourself a title shot. He's like, no, I got it for you. And he's like, and he gave him a hug and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. So then he just had, and he went off to go handle that with Adam Pearce, which is then was getting everything set up so that we would start working towards the women's Intercontinental title match, where freaking, think when does that come into? Oh yeah,
I believe it might be next week.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah, the
the
qualifier.
Intercontinental match will be next week, but
Yeah, but the
tonight was the
qualifier.
qualifier,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what they was going to get ready to do. But before we actually indulge into the qualifying match, who we was just having this conversation about, Cody Rhodes shows up, and obviously asking what do you want to talk about, and the crowd obviously wanting him to talk about John Cena. Now, when Cody Rhodes came out there and he was giving his spill about John Cena and everything, there was a moment that was very interesting. And I guess you can just chalk it up to the New York crowd doing New York things. But we get a "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chant in the middle of the promo that Cody Rhodes was giving. And that was interesting to me. And I'm like, which it's a little rocky also in my favor, and especially going on with where, you know, we're we're currently supposed to be on the boo John Cena train. But the fact that we was getting "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chants in the midst of Cody Rhodes spilling his heart out in this promo about how John Cena's values have changed, and John Cena made a tweet or an X. Do we call them tweets still, or does he make X, or do we say they make an X?
I don't know, but you can say tweet because we're in that range. We say tweets.
We'll just stick to tweets. I still call it Twitter, but anyway, not to get off on that. But it's like, yeah, so that moment happens, and Cody Rhodes he actually stands there for a moment, and he lets the crowd get it out. Like, nah, he actually is like, no, please give him what you guys feel. He's sitting down somewhere listening, so please let him hear it. And then the crowd continues for a good bit, and after he addresses that, then he goes on and to talk about how he's like, listen, you're looking for 17, nah, 17 stops with me, buddy. It's not gonna happen. And he's like, I'm gonna have to beat up my hero, the person who I looked up to. Now I gotta put him down. And so, which, listen, what did they call them before? Cody Crybabies, I guess. Once upon a time,
Oh, the
like,
Rock called him Cody Crybabies. Yes.
listen, I'm a Cody guy, all right, and I'm talking like I am a Cody guy. I'm a smoke and mirrors Cody guy. I'm a dashing
Oh,
I'm the dashing Cody Rhodes guy, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, smoking mirrors. Yeah, that's the
Like
guy. Hold up,
I fucked with him when he had the freaking
the
caterpillar
stash,
mustache,
the
Cody, you
stash.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm a star duster, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've been down with Cody from, I can't say day one. I'll have to
Hold
say
up, hold
day
up.
two.
If you're gonna bring it up, you gotta bring up. Fuck the revival. That Cody. That's my Cody.
Yes. Now I will say I did miss a lot of the New Japan stuff of Cody. I've
Oh
gone
my
back.
god.
I didn't watch it when it was happening. I looked at it after the fact, and I feel really horrible that I did not follow him to New Japan like I should have. But
You
like,
you can literally just watch all the F the revival like compilations of just every time they did it, and that is Cody in New Japan in a nutshell, literally.
which is great. Like, listen, Cody, I'm always gonna be down for Cody,
Mm-hmm.
and even right now with everything going on, I'm still down for Cody.
Mm-hmm.
But I know he's not going to win at the WrestleMania, because that's what would make sense for him to lose. But if he did win, would be crazy.
Well, then the heel turn to me for John Cena, I want to say is irrelevant, but it's like he can't go back to being a face. You know, I feel like, yeah, he wins the title, and then you go into another program where it's a rematch, of course, and say there wasn't any major shenanigans that prevented him from winning at Mania. Say if there were shenanigans, The Rock, please no Travis Scott, but The Rock, and say whatever else he has, and then say the next match, it's a clean win or something like that. But Cody has to lose twice, because just how Stone Cold said it, he said this himself. He always got a better pop from getting the title, because anytime he got the title, he was like, "Yo, I need to get the title off me again, because I need people to fight for me to get the belt back." Because if you notice that Stone Cold only kept the belt maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a pay-per-view or two, and then all of a sudden that thing gone again, and then he's rising back up and getting it again. So that's kind of how Cody's going to be, kind of that baby face where he has to keep chasing it to keep people going, or just to keep fighting. But that segment alone, it was a good promo. It wasn't as good as a promo as last week, because he gave us some tear jerkers there for some people.
Oh, you
He's
talking
like,
about on SmackDown?
yeah, SmackDown last week on SmackDown, when he was talking about my daughter, was like, "Yo, what's that? What happened to your face?" And he's like, I couldn't think about telling my daughter that it was my best friend, my hero, that did this to me, and every other kid around the world who experienced that same pain. I didn't want my daughter feeling that, so I didn't do it.
Listen, when I almost wish we would have started doing this sooner, because last week's SmackDown was lit. Like, everything about SmackDown was just on point, from the Bianca segment, and like, I'm talking, but I won't go into that now,
Yeah.
because it's raw right now.
So
Pause.
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But so the Cody Rhodes segment, I do like. I will, just to take it back for a second, I do like what's going on with the New Day and like Dom's situation too, and just kind of like, it was kind of almost like earning his trust, but saying I also believe in Finn, and then obviously I'm wondering what is going with that. I wonder where they're going with this. Is it going to be like Dom going to take over or something like that in the future? I'm curious, but to caveat, after the Cody promo, did we get another match after that?
We did, and hold on, because let me see. Did I just break something? Because I almost did I go off the let's see. I think I scrolled the wrong way, and I think I accidentally skipped something. So I gotta let me backtrack real quick and whatnot, because yeah. Oh man, my thing done almost screwed me the whole thing up. All right, so let's back up. Let's back up a moment. Let me back up. So okay, I see what I think I see what I did there. It scrolled up, and I didn't notice that it scrolled up. So, so after the whole Jey Uso situation, right? There was actually they did the promo about Seth Rollins, the Seth Rollins promo, and I mean, they did the whole from start to finish of why Seth Rollins and CM Punk hate each other. That's what happened after the Jey Uso match, right?
Yeah. I remember that part.
And so they do the promo, which I'm kind of glad that we're doing promos like this, because like very reminiscent of like when they would do the very big video packages and stuff. So like that literally tells you the story of what's been going on with this feud from the inception of it to this very moment now, kind of deal. So, and it looked really good. The music was on point for us. I'm like, okay, let them bringing it back right now. You know what I'm saying? Those if you
And
did
like
not
the
know what the
Attitude
story
Era,
was.
the
Yeah.
Attitude Era, like before the match, they do it before every match at a pay-per-view or a PLE, but the way they did it felt very Attitude Era ish. I will agree.
A little bit. It's one of
Mm-hmm.
those things where it's one of those pieces that they are bringing back that it's all like, yes, yes. Why did y'all stop doing that before? Kind of thing. And so, and especially, and it makes sense for with it being on Netflix because with Netflix and this is just starting. People are randomly watching, clicking on Netflix, being like, "So when is this Raw?" Like, and if they ain't seen it before, if they're coming into watching Raw for the very first time, they're all like, "So these two people are about to fight each other in this cage? And all this? Like, why is that happening?" And they told you from start to finish with this promo of why they hate each other and all this good stuff. So, and there was actually some bits in there that I didn't see for some reason, whether if it was like a side clip that they did. Like it was specifically the part when I guess like when they was getting ready to go to Netflix, and then there was a moment where CM Punk and Seth Rollins see each other in the hallway, and then like all the officials and Triple H gotta break him up because they're about to throw hands like right then and there on the premiere of Netflix on
Mm-hmm.
Raw.
Oh yeah,
Raw
it
on
was like yeah, yeah,
Netflix.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't see that before, so they showed that clip. I was like, oh, I missed something. So so that happened there, and then after that was the continuation of the Jey Uso situation. So like Otis and his friends go in there and they check up on him since Jay, helped out Otis and his friends
They didn't
prior
help him
from
when he got put to
Thunder.
sleep.
No, 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 but they come in there and they pat him on the back and everything, like, "Hey, man, it's not gonna happen again, dog. You got this, blah, blah, blah." I'm all like, oh, I hope so.
You hope
Because,
it happens again, or you hope it doesn't happen again.
I, I mean, I'm indifferent. But for his sake, I hope it does not happen again. Because Mister, I'm big bad Jay over here. Ooh, ain't gonna sneak up on me again there. So, I I'm not gonna let that go right now. I'm
I'm
because
totally making that a clip. I'm telling you that right now. You think I'm playing? I'm making that a clip.
it's just it's just the fact of like how mad and serious he was last week about that whole thing. Is like y'all about to see a new me, and freaking Sting taking off the mask and is still staying under it. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yo, you were not about to say that is the equivalent. That is
fam,
crazy.
that's I literally
Oh,
looked at this man last week.
oh man.
And he was in my face on the screen. He's all like, "Nah, that ain't gonna happen again. Y'all about to see a new me out here. It's about to get real serious." And what do I see? A Gunther sneak up behind him and choke him out,
It's
put
a
him to
new
sleep.
him in a new outfit getting getting the sleeper. It's a new him, all right. Just new outfit.
That new outfit, but is that really a new him?
I don't know. Hopefully
No.
we'll see a change next week. But
The answer is no.
so after the Cody Rhodes
So,
segment, what we have after
well,
that?
hold
Oh,
on, because I accidentally skipped ahead
oh,
and
okay.
whatnot. Going back in the actual real order here. After all that goes down, I also I made the note. Um, so let me first say, when it comes to Travis Scott, I do like some of his music. However, him in my WWE right now, eh, I mean, Fiend, it's cool and whatnot. And I like what they do with that song and stuff like that, but I'm just like, I'm
I'm
kind of
taking you
over the
must be
whole
talking about this T-shirt he got coming out. He got out now. Where it
yes
says "Wrestling is real."
ass.
It should be
I spe-
not. No, I hit my mic, but it shouldn't be wrestling is real. It could be ass is real because he's an ass. You saw what Bully said about him, right?
What?
You saw what Bully said about him. Oh, nah, yo, Busted Open Radio. Bully was like, bro, if I ever catch you in anywhere, it's on site, basically. He didn't say exactly those words, but he basically said because of the bull that you did, it apparently a lot of wrestlers have spoken their frustrations or being really upset about what Travis did. And I myself am not a wrestler, but I would kind of be pissed off if somebody does come into my domain doing what I do and improperly fuck up the business, okay? Because yes, you slapping him in the face, busting his eardrum, and now I know we have time for that to heal. But say if that was such an injury that would have affected WrestleMania, you have now really fucked up the business.
Could you imagine if this happened right before WrestleMania? Travis Scott would.
It would unfortunately be his concert tour all over again, and I don't want to say that as a detriment to the people who were affected by that tour, but we're talking about the frustrations and anger at Travis Scott that when he received at that time, like the world did not like him, and now you experience that from the music world. The wrestling world would not like you right now a lot.
Listen, so I just talking on with Travis Scott, I just randomly, because the thumbnail, I could not click on it, but Steven Richards was he was giving his spill on the whole Travis Scott.
I saw that too.
Damn, Steven Richards ripped him to shreds.
Yeah, it literally just says F Travis Scott on the thumbnail, just literally.
Damn. And so I was like, okay, I gotta see what he's saying right here. And like Steven Richards, like, which I love the stuff that he be posting, because like, fam, he don't pull punches. He is straight up. He don't care. He was like, hey, yo, listen, that was ass. That was absolute garbage. You're gonna hurt somebody.
And you know why he did that? Because he's an ECW guy.
I mean, it is
Blue World Order, baby. Blue World Order.
It's funny that you say that, because like I didn't even take that into account, because I mean I know he was an ECW person, but there is just something about ECW people who, like, they tell it to you straight. Like they're not gonna cut it. They're not gonna try and make you feel okay about it. They're gonna be like, hey, that was good. Hey, that was garbage. Hey, that was, go back to your day job. Like they don't play. None of them do. Straight to it.
And that's why any person in the 90s, you loved ECW. If you were a part of that movement, you were part of that, you loved it. But to get back on track, the Travis Scott part, the shirt. So you basically just wanted to say it was ass.
Absolutely. I literally put Travis Scott's t-shirt ass. Yeah. I don't like I could screenshot. It just says Travis Scott shirt is ass. That was the main point I wanted to make on that. And so after that little thing, Logan Paul comes out, and if I have not been paying attention, I don't know why, but his theme song's kind of fire.
Okay. I will say this segment, man, as much as people don't like him as a person, and we could all agree he's done very, very terrible things as a person, that man is getting better and better and better. And I'm going to say it again, better every time he gets in that damn ring. And that promo is a perfect testament. He's been training in promo classes. Like if he's doing promo classes, he's training. He's noticing that, okay, the crowd is booing me. Let me get them boos real quick. He'll start the promo, boos. Okay, you know, shut up real quick. Let the boos rein in. All right, try it again. Boos getting louder. Okay, this is almost like what Dom used to get. Okay, one more time. Still going? Oh shit. He's reading those things because only people in the business know you want the crowd to do that. You don't want to speak over them. You don't want your mic work to be over the boos. But at some point, you do need to continue the promo, and he starts noticing that. So I'm like, damn, okay, Logan, shoot, you getting it, bro?
Listen, like, if we were to just ignore the things that he kind of did to himself prior to coming, and we just look at Logan Paul as just a WWE entity, yes, fantastic heel. He let the booze happen, and then he locked in and he spoke his promo. And when he locked in and he just started talking, he bulldozed through it. Though they were still booing, after a while, they had no choice but to listen to what he had to say.
Yes, yes.
Because and I mean he and that was the other bit that was hilarious to me. Cause I actually really enjoy this whole thing where it's like slowly but surely you're getting like all the people's like feelings towards what happened. Like Randy Orton gave his spill about how he felt about what John
Oh,
happened with John Cena last Friday, and now Logan Paul, he's giving his spill and he's all like, "Yo, listen, Cody, you're stupid for not just taking this offer, bro. Like, you gotta take these things when they get presented to you like that." And the fact that Logan Paul's like, "Hey, listen, my soul is on the rack and ready for purchase. Count me in."
the man was smart. Damn right.
Ah,
And that's why I'm
fam,
like, I don't know if that was improvised or if that was a part of the promo, but I was like, damn,
listen,
homie's good.
listen, I'm looking at this and I'm like, fam, regardless of how you feel about it, there's Macho Man said this himself. You may not like it, but you gotta accept it.
And
Cause
then he then he
he
finally grabs Andrew Schultz. And I myself am not a big fan of him as a person. He's not really that great of a comedian, but that's besides the point. But in this segment, he did the good thing, get the microphone. I'm surprised he said the word wrestler though, as he was
mm,
addressing. He says, I actually like real wrestlers because they don't really use the word wrestler, they use superstar. So
yeah,
I was like, when I heard, I was like, oh, did he not know? We don't say the word wrestler here. But again, new
he's a
era. I don't know
civilian.
if he's a civilian. Yes.
He gets
Well, I
away
don't
with it.
know. We had a civilian come on SmackDown the other day and literally break kayfabe worse than anything ever.
Oh
Oh,
my
the one thing I found
god.
about wrestling is that you know about what happens before the match. You find out who wins beforehand, and I'm like, did she just
Fam.
say that on the mic?
Yo, she she literally came out there and looked everybody in the face and said, "So I found out that the North Pole is actually just a bunch of snow and Santa Claus isn't real."
And
Hi
for
guys.
for any wrestling fan and for people that says that wrestling is fake, this was kind of like the whole time she thought it was real and was like, oh, so they don't even ah, it's
It,
fake. Like it was just, oh my god, it was like,
it was that was listen, it was so funny to me. It was like, why'd you do
why
that?
did
Why
you
you
give her
say
the
that?
mic?
I
Why did
was
you give her the mic?
listen, and actually going on about like, fam, tonight there were and I guess it makes sense because it's New York, but I'm talking there was literally the amount of segments that they had, or that the amount of time that they spent just showing, hey, we got this rapper in the crowd and we got this person in the crowd, we got Macaulay Culkin over here, and we got this one over here too, and hey, he was on a track with what's his name, and oh, and we got this person over here. They got their show coming out on coming soon on, and I'm like, fam, that the amount of time that they spent showing all these famous people, who are all people who are, I guess, having things popping up on Netflix soon, and some rappers as well. Like with the amount of time that they spent showing all these people, you that was a whole match. Like that was a whole match worth of just, hey, look who we got in the crowd. Look who we got in the crowd. All these people in the crowd. Look at them, these stars who aren't wrestlers. Hey, shout
But
out to Opa Femi who was up in the crowd though.
but speaking of fans in the crowd, again, Andrew Schultz, he gets a part of the segment, and he sold, being thrown over a barricade, and I'm like, you selling it? I give it. You selling it good, but then as Logan is setting him up for the suplex, I was like, is he actually going to take a suplex though? Like, a suplex is a pretty easy move for any person to take if you know how to take it, right? Suplex is pretty easy. You just know how to bump. Once you get the bump, you're good. But then AJ Styles comes out, and I'm telling you, I think he's 43 or 40. He's in his 40s. That man is jacked right now, bro. Like, did you not see after he did the phenomenal forearm? Just this was just solid. Solid. And I'm just like, bro, I need to be looking like this at 43. I mean, I got a little something, but not that.
It's a thing. Like, yeah, he came out there and he saved the day and sent Logan packing, freaking putting over good old Schultz here and whatnot. Which for a moment, I was like, I think Logan is gonna do it. Like, I really thought he was gonna suplex this man. Well, I mean, and I do have to give it to him. Like, he took that he took that over the guardrail bump pretty well.
Yeah, took it pretty nicely. But I
But
mean, overall, AJ didn't really say much. But hey, we in New York. We're in New York. Hey, we're in New York. Andrew Schultz, we're in New York, right? Bet. In promo, it was like, okay. I was like, all right. I thought you was gonna say something, but you just kept identifying that. Yes, we're in New York, New York, New York. Like, are you singing the song right now? But that's the segment, I guess. So, moving on.
so after that. So after that, they kind of sort of do some shout outs going back to last week when Io Sky won the belt and everything with Bianca ringside with and Rhea and stuff like that. And they talk about the fact that later on we're going to see have Io get a little interview with Michael Cole, and then they are going to have a talk with Bianca as well. So they bring that up, prepare you guys that that's going to be happening later on tonight. And then that's when we get into the New Day versus the LWO match and whatnot. And once again, shout out to Opa Femi out here in the crowd. Your NXT champion. So the match was good because it was like it was pretty much it was like it was a street fight if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
New York street fight, if we may. And
with not that many weapons involved.
I mean, we had some tables.
They didn't even get a chance to use them though.
No, they did. No.
Well, I mean,
well, cause there was the point where, because at first they weren't going to use the table because New Day pushed the tables back under the ring, but then they brought them back, but Xavier Woods, he almost ate it, because like there was the spot where I guess he was supposed to go through the table, and homie almost overshot the table. It was like I forgot how. Oh, it was like Rey Mysterio did like one of those little Hurricane Rod things, which sent him flipping, and it's like it's like he hit the table, then bounced off the rail, and then fell back through the table. Like,
Okay. I must have looked away at that sad part because like I remember watching it and I'm also editing at the same time. So it's like you know how everybody has that one match that you're like, oh, this match is going on. Focus on something else. So like I'm watching it, but the one thing that brought me back was, and this is to me the funniest freaking thing in the world. And it's the one thing I want to talk about, by the way. When you got the masked luchador with the American flag mask on, and I said, if Gabe, if Chad, Chad Gabe went to Mexico to get a freaking American luchador mask, I am going to flip shit. So that happens, and I
listen,
popped. I popped. I'm not gonna lie, I popped.
yeah, that was hilarious. This masked luchador comes out there and crosses Rey Mysterio and the LWO that match, giving New Day the win and all this other stuff. And there's a promo that comes up later on in regards to this,
We'll get to that.
but like the that happening in itself was pretty funny. And honestly, for all intents and purposes, it it helped the match a little bit. And you know what I feel right now? Because it's not like the match was boring or anything, but I have to blame AEW for making the match feel as if like it wasn't anything. Because Lord have mercy, AEW, like don't try to compare these powerful, crazy street fight matches to these bloodbaths that happen on AEW, because the pay-per-view when it came, between Timeless Tony Storm's match and Will Ospreay's match, like y'all go WWE gonna have to do something real spectacular to make me care about any matches that they're gonna have that have weapons in it right now.
Okay, I was like, where is he going with this for a second? Okay, that I do agree. You like
Like,
because
listen,
we
like
have
after watching what happened on AEW and then looking at this street fight that we had, I'm like, it's, street fight. All right, whatever, guys, just move it along. After you know the freaking a real street fight, two women grabbing tape, putting it around their hands, sticking it in glass, and throwing it at each other, like taking a glass bottle and breaking it on their cooch. Like,
I mean, those were definitely interesting segments. Interesting spots in that match, and I think the only
listen,
difference is because
beats the hell out of anything that happened in this New Day versus LWO street fight, bro.
we could definitely talk about the beauty that was that Hollywood. You know, I think it was a Hollywood Inn match or something like that. I can't remember what the title was, but that honestly was a spectacle. That was to me the best match on that card. I will say that straight up, best match on the card, and that's not because of the blood or anything else. But to each his own. I think the whole point behind that match, for the street fight, was really just that segment of the luchador and the mask part, because you really didn't care too much about this match. It's the same match we've been getting. It's been the same situation. New Day, LOW. What's different right now? So, um, and after that match, I think you
So
go.
that's where we get back into where I accidentally fast forwarded here. And so that's where we had the flashback with Finn Balor and talking in
Oh,
the whole thing that happened with Braun, and
yep.
then the stuff with the New Day. I'm sorry, with the Judgment Day backstage, and Finn getting the title match next week, and then Cody Rhodes coming out and giving his bit about John Cena and the "Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks" chants, which was still rather bizarre to me. And so after that was where we got the actual match, which was Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey. And one of the things that I wanted to note about Raquel Rodriguez right now is that I love the fact that she's currently in her Diesel era right now with what's her name being the HBK,
Liv Morgan.
with Liv being the HBK to Raquel's Diesel, and she makes Bodyguard look good.
You know
I'm
what? I
absolutely
didn't even think about that, but when you put that into perspective, blonde too. You know, Liv being the blonde, HBK
she
blonde. You know, I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Raquel's got those jet black. Well, it's jet black right now, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And so yeah,
Yeah,
she's in her
yeah.
big Diesel era, and so that's why she got
I
the
want.
W.
I kind of want to.
Well,
I kind of want to do an edit now where they're coming out
oh,
looking
with
like
them side
Shawn.
by side.
Yeah.
Fam, it's almost 1 to 1 because, like, Shawn Michaels, the flamboyant, la 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 and stuff like that. That's exactly what she does. She's all skipping around and hugged up on Dom and then hash and type stuff. While we got Big Raquel out here, well, pun intended, dieseled up. And so
But for the
in
match
the
sake wise,
match,
yeah.
it was honestly, like, Raquel was putting hands on Bailey. Now, of course, they did they did their stereotypical Judgment Day thing. Liv Morgan got on the ropes, and then Dom got on the ropes to distract Bailey a little bit. But then, but then it was like, for all intents and purposes, in my perspective, I mean, Raquel, she was looking like she could have handled this on her own. But little distraction, Raquel catches Bailey off of a springboard outside the ring or whatever, and threw her on the announce table, if I remember right, and then
Yeah.
got her in the ring and pretty much put the finish on her. And now we got your new Intercontinental champion,
Number one
number one
contender.
contender.
Yep.
So there's that. So after that match, which that match was great as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned. But
Bailey's phenomenal as always. Yes.
Bailey gone Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, BBL Bailey, baby. Let's get it. All about it.
I will never forget that she recently was like in an interview and was saying like, "Look, yes, I probably gained a little bit pounds in certain areas that you guys enjoy, but look, I'm thick. Okay, I got my thickness." It was like I'm paraphrasing, but basically she had
She said, "I
pinpointed
am
it.
proud." She was like, "You could talk about my cheeks. I'm proud of my cheeks."
There you go. That's what it was. Yes.
Listen, when I saw that promo, I lost it. I posted. I'm like, "Yeah, Bailey, be proud of them cheeks. Somebody's got to have them, and you're wearing them fantastically well." So I'm
Blessed be.
mm, no BBLs there, all natural cheeks, baby. Like, yes.
I can't
so
even.
so after the match, backstage, right? They catch up with Chad, and Kathy's all like, "So we saw how you interfered in the match," and Chad's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I wasn't out there. There was some mass lunatic that came through the crowd who interfered in that match." And Kathy's all like, "Chad, cut the crap, bro. Like, we know it was you. It was you in a lucha mask. We know you was out here looking for, soul searching to find a way to beat the LWO and the luchadors and stuff like that." It's like, yeah, I was, but that was not me that was out there. That was somebody who came through the crowd, and the horrible security around here couldn't stop him from doing what he did. That wasn't me. I was back here the whole time." And she's all like, "You're really just gonna stand here and lie to me like that was not you? Because we all know it was you." And all of a sudden, in the background, you see this dude with the mask, wearing exactly what he has on, being carted off, taken out of the building. And Chad Gable's like I said, that wasn't me. That was just security not doing their job well and protecting the people in the match. It was like,
It was the
oh,
sickest burn, but I feel
listen.
like he might have planted that though. We'll
Oh,
see.
of
Yeah, I feel
course.
like he planted that.
Listen, Chad's out here running game right now.
I still just feel if he went to Mexico to get an American flag luchador mask, I will flip. But
Listen, nobody cared until I put the mask on. You know what I'm saying? This. Bane said it best.
pretty much.
but
Oh yeah.
but so I think my favorite part of the night, Io Sky's interview. Okay, so Io comes out there and she's all talking about how she's happy about being the champion, being in the garden,
Oh
and all
man,
this other
this segment.
stuff. And then Bianca comes out there and she's talking about how, like, hey, I'm ready to face you at WrestleMania. You know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy that this is gonna go down. Then Rhea Ripley comes out and she's hot
I
and
mean,
she's pissed.
yes, she is. We all know that. But she was frustrated. That is what you meant. That's what you meant.
That's why I said she's hot and she's pissed, and so she comes out there and she starts going off towards Bianca, right? You know, talk about is like, why were you out there? You know what I'm saying? Like you was out there because you wanted to screw me out of this match because you don't want to fight me and all this sort of stuff. Bianca's all like, listen, I'm not scared of nobody, and I'm definitely ain't scared of you. And stuff like that. And she's all like, then why did you interfere in my match? I was like, I wasn't going to until you got in my face. I wasn't going to sit down and let you disrespect me like that. You get in my face, I'm going to get back in yours. And that's just how it's gonna be. And they're just going back and forth. And then Rhea brings up the stuff that happened on SmackDown, and now Bianca is getting in her black girl mode right now. She's all like, "Oh, so we gonna bring that up, huh? Okay, listen. Let me tell you something real quick, okay? Like she even popped the gums and everything, like that. And they start going at it, yelling, talking, and everything. Now Io is sitting here like, wow. I'm literally y'all's champion right now. Like, and she tries to
Damn
like
good
get in
one too.
between it. She tries to get in between it, and, and Rhea straight palms her face. And
Violation.
when she did that, I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing. And then Bianca's talking, and now she tries to get in Bianca, and Bianca almost clawed her face when she palmed her back and everything. And now Io's hot because, like, wow, y'all aren't gonna sit here and just full on disrespect me. And so she got both of their faces and slapped both of them. She just like, you know, you. I'm like, oh,
I needed that to
oh.
happen because I was like, I can kind of sense that this match is not going to become a triple threat somehow. And
Oh,
if
of
they
course.
do, yeah, and if they do, like, I don't want Io to be an afterthought, dude. Like, my first time ever seeing her was in Lucha Underground against Penta. So,
Huh.
like, yeah, so, seeing her excellence as a wrestler all the way back then and then to know what she is now, and I've even met her personally too at a Japanese festival, so she's really cool peoples. But that's my biased fan side too, but like, she is a great wrestler, and I'm just like, I don't want her to be an afterthought. We already see that happened to Shinsuke in on Friday when he just got a belt and now is back on LA Knight. Like, Japanese
Now,
wrestling is a great form of wrestling, and I don't want these wrestlers to be put to the side because they just don't want to get programs to them, dude.
now Shinsuke, I feel, is a little different and whatnot because he had his little run and stuff like that, and
He barely had a run.
Him and LA Knight had their thing. Now I feel that they're trying to get him. Either they're going to continue what they're doing with LA Knight between the two, because like they've been going at it, and it's one of those deals where it's like it's not like they did not build Shinsuke strong, because when he faced LA Knight and he won the title, he won that squeaky.
Oh, he did.
Squeaky.
He
And
did.
so it's like I feel as if that's not done yet. Now, I think in the long run they're gonna put over LA Knight, but like as of right now, I still like they're still making Shinsuke strong. So it's like he's gonna be good. Now, in this
I hope.
particular occasion with EO in them and whatnot, I do agree, but I don't think they're going to. Like, she's not going to get left out of this kind of
Yeah.
deal. Unlike what happened when we had uh Hangman, Samoa Joe, and Swerve.
Oh yeah, that was
Damn,
the
that
case.
was the
That was
way
the
that
case.
that title match went down, and how like it was just Swerve and Hangman, and then Samoa Joe's out here in the back like,
I'm still champion.
yeah, look at me, hello, like like they they did him so wrong in that whole series. But going back to this though, like, because it's Io Sky and whatnot, I feel, and especially with the way that she got disrespected, that's what's going to make it where she's going to want to face them both,
Mm-hmm.
because Rhea Ripley is probably going to make this whole thing about saying the fact that I would have beat you, Io, if she wasn't even at ringside and whatnot. Bianca's over here like, I didn't care who I fought and whatnot. Rhea, you're just being petty because I wasn't just gonna let you try and walk all over me, type situation. While Eo's over here is like, I'm the champ, guys. Like, pay attention to me, or I'm gonna make you.
Pretty much. That's
And
what needs to happen.
oh, Io will get the point across. But like
Hopefully, and she wins
that.
that damn match because those two clash so hard. She takes the win.
Oh, listen, yeah. Do I think Io wins at the end of the day? I think I kind of agree. I feel Io will probably take that win, kind of thing.
Yeah, man.
Unless
But
no, they're not going to put that directly on Bianca again. I mean, I would like for them to.
mm,
And honestly, I feel as if that Bianca's going to have this other stuff going on in the back end, dealing with Naomi and
yeah, maybe
Jade.
maybe Naomi kind of pops out there, costs us her the match or something like that. But regardless, Io should win. And I feel like Bianca and Rhea could be doing something that causes them, like their frustrations between each other, causes them to not realize something. Maybe Bianca gets hit with something, knocked out the ring. Io comes in with a quick roll up, boom, boom, bam, or vice versa. All right. So either way,
I do
it
like
should
that
happen.
thought that Naomi, but I mean, I feel as if Naomi might not have the time though, because
If her
Jade is
matches,
breathing down her neck right now.
no. Actually, what could happen is Naomi comes out, does the thing, but Jade comes out and makes her leave the ring, like chase down.
Well, the only thing is, because with the way they're setting up, they're going to face each other at WrestleMania.
That's true.
So it's like I feel as if and with the way that WrestleMania will probably be set up, they're going to have their match over here. Now, unless there is just
Night 2?
a,
This could be a night 2 match maybe.
I don't think Jade and Naomi are going to get involved with Bianca because they're going to be way too involved with each other type thing. Like unless there is like some situation where Bianca's going to be present for their match or something, or maybe to that thought, if or if something like that did happen where like Jade, after beating Naomi, goes and screws Bianca over type thing, maybe. I don't think so, but I think that's going to be clean on that. Those two are going to be too busy dealing with each other, and then this triple threat is going to be all that it's going to be.
So my discus lariat is Naomi comes out, right, to distract her. Maybe like, trying to, hey, listen to me. Like, yeah, I understand they're through, whatever. Or maybe she might, in some way, shape, or form, since she says she's an ungrateful bitch, tries to, maybe she got involved, right? And then Jade chases her down, gets her out of here. Rhea hits her with the riptide. And from hitting the riptide, you get out of nowhere moonsault on because she hits her with the slam. Then she's getting ready to go for a pin. Maybe go for a normal pin, not the whole, the over pin. And then Io either comes up with the moonsault or she kind of either tugs her out or something like that and gets for a pin. I'm just thinking that way. That's my lariat. Does it happen? Maybe, maybe not. But if they would get her involved to give Io not a fairly clean win, but a win that would make sense because like she's going against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Like they're two of the strongest women in the division. And so you really got to either outsmart these two or pull some shenanigans to make it a believable win.
And that's why I think that it won't happen because they want to make Io Sky strong.
So how do you believe they would make her strong in the outcome? And this is literally throwing out a good lariat right here. What's even a predicament, a prediction for the outcome?
The reason why is because the reason why Io Sky goes over against the both of them
Well,
is
but we
because
we
of
get we get that part. But how would she go over? How do you think the pin would happen? How we get to
oh
the pin?
I mean
That's what I'm asking.
how she gets the win.
How do you think she's getting that?
I mean, with what you said, sounds pretty on point type thing. Like one of those deals where the way the match will probably go is the fact that probably Bianca and Ripley are going to be at each other's throats because they're so mad at each other type situation. And then they might end up doing that thing where they forget about Io Sky because they get so involved with each other kind of thing. And honestly, with what you said is a good thought process of how that would possibly work. You
Mm-hmm.
know, someone gets KOD'd, somebody gets riptide kind of thing, and then Io throw whoever gets the opposite, they get tossed out of the ring, and then Io Sky, who's all like, listen, I'm the one that y'all should have been paying attention to this whole time. And then she hits a moonsault type deal, and like, yeah, nah, fam, she steals the match, kind of thing. And it's like, and at that point now, these two are looking at each other like, you made me lose. No, you made me lose. Like, I
Ah,
had
yeah,
them.
I
And
see what
all
you're
this
talking about.
stuff.
I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Which then would probably end up leading to a whole situation where now these two are going to fight butt heads for a hot minute, kind of thing, leading to probably Rhea Ripley beating Bianca to later go back and fight Io Sky for the title. type
Okay.
situation, and then maybe Rhea Ripley finally gets her W at the tail end of this against Io, because as of right now, she is still yet to actually beat Io Sky. So there is that. But like I still see Io taking the win at WrestleMania for that.
I agree on that. She definitely will be getting the win. That is for sure.
I just don't think Jade and them are gonna get involved in the match. Because I feel like they're going to be way too involved with each other right now, and especially with kind of like the handoff that kind of
Mm-hmm.
happened. Because it's like Naomi said her mean, horrible things, and then Jade came out there ready to throw hands, and then Bianca just kind of looked at Jade like, "She's all yours, fam," and she walked off. Like Bianca's like, "I'm washing my hands of this," and so.
Well, we'll see when Mania comes for sure. But after this segment, I think was that the steel cage next?
Absolutely. We got Ivan Seth Rollins Ooze versus CM Punk, baby. And yes,
So
yes.
kind,
Listen,
allow me to introduce myself. I'm galactically fair, globally despised, was it? It's globally despised, universally despised. They call me
mhm.
Ivan Ooze.
Listen, Ivan Ooze Seth Rollins is a low key vibe, and I'm kind of fucking with it. I'll be real. But something that I noticed part way through the match, and I'm wondering if it's just because that maybe like CM Punk like maybe like bit his mouth, or like bit his tongue or something like that, or was bleeding in his mouth. Because there was a certain point in the match where I'm looking at CM Punk, I'm like, Punk, what happened to your teeth, brother? Like they're like your teeth are hella yellow right now. I don't know why. Like it was just something that I had noticed. Like, and this was like halfway through the match, right?
You the whole like during the match, you're just looking at a man's teeth.
Well, because when
Like,
when they give me
no,
these close-ups of
I
him,
know,
he's
I
just like,
know.
I'm like,
It's like screw the excellent wrestling. Yo, what's up with CM Punk's teeth, bro? Like, do you brush, bro? Like,
fam, that's literally where I was at. And but then there was a
oh
certain point
man.
where I was like, maybe it's just the lighting and the fact that maybe he like is bleeding a little bit, because
I, I
I
think
know
Punk
when
is
you
a
have
coffee
blood in your
drinker.
mouth. I
Oh,
mean,
that too.
but I wouldn't think his teeth are like that goddamn yellow. Like
Well,
they
no,
were.
coffee can residue your teeth and make it really yellow if you're a heavy coffee drinker. Because we know he's straight edge, so he's not doing smoking. So the only other thing could be is either he don't brush his teeth or he drinks a lot of coffee.
I'm gonna need him to brush a little bit more, but I'm not one to talk on that one. But so with this match, I found it very interesting because there was a moment where both of them had this happen, where they're all like, they beat him up, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, the door's open. If you want to leave, go ahead, leave, leave if you pussy, go ahead. If you, am I hurting you too much? You can exit. And then they look, each of them, because both of them did this, so it was like after each one did, they just looked at each other and was like, flip the bird, and then they keep on fighting with the match type thing. And so once again, the match was good. I'm not even gonna it was a good match. However, coming off of the AEW pay-per-view with the cage
The
match
false
that was in
finishes,
there.
the false finishes is what I'm surprised you didn't say nothing about because the GTS was used
Oh,
like
wait,
4 times.
I'm getting
Oh,
there.
oh, okay, okay,
And
okay, okay.
I, I was just making the comparison because once again, we watched the AEW pay-per-view last
Last
night, and
night, yep.
like the cage match that happened between the good old Billy Goat and his old friend.
You
Um,
talking about Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay?
yes, I said what I said. No, okay, but it's
I'm
like
dead.
well, because he refers to himself as the Billy Goat,
I
so
know, I know, I know.
But yeah, like coming off of that cage match and watching this one, which I know is not a fair comparison, but damn. But one thing that I can compare is the false finishes that happened. Because boy oh boy, AEW loves their false finishes. And for a brief moment I thought I was watching AEW.
I'm
Because
like, yo, the GTS, he did it like 3 to 4 times. Like, that's
it was
basically saying your finisher is not that good.
it was three. So because I, when watching it, I didn't really count the first two, but then when things started getting crazy, I started counting. So first it was first it was the fact that Seth Rollins, ooh, quick yawn that came out of nowhere. But
No,
first it was the
it's
fact
late. That's why.
Seth Rollins locks in the STF, right? And then then CM Punk reverses it into an anaconda vice, which then led to a curb stomp, and then Punk kicks out. And so Seth Rollins is now thinking, well, we'll do a super curb stomp. So he gets on the middle rope, and when he jumps off, CM Punk reverses it, which is when he gives him the third GTS.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins kicks out. And then Punk gets up and he gives Seth Rollins a curb stomp. And Seth Rollins kicks out. And then there's a point where CM Punk is looking at the door. The door is open. And it looks like he's thinking, I'm going to go ahead and just head out. And then Seth Rollins starts talking that good trash. He's all like, he was pretty much saying, it's like, nah, if you're going to finish it the right way. Go ahead, finish it the right way, unless you pussy type situation, right? CM Punk looking at him, looking back, and then Punk decides not to go through the gate and goes after Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins picks him up and gives CM Punk a GTS into a curb stomp combo, which was wild. And he puts the combo on, and now Seth Rollins, he's all laid up against the gate. And I think Seth Rollins is now
Oh, wait, don't forget the
thinking,
STFU.
oh
He
no,
hits him with
he,
that.
he did that earlier. I already
Yeah,
said
yeah, yeah.
that. That's
Okay,
what
okay.
started the process.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it was like he's sitting there against the gate, and it's like Seth Rollins is like looking at this masterpiece of destruction that he just did
Instead of
and
going for the
whatnot.
pin.
He's thinking to himself, should I pin him or should I like climb out the cage? And then he's thinking of probably, and he's like, I got that look like he's contemplating. Well, I did say he should finish it, but I'm a finish it type thing. And he's just looking at him all menacingly, and all of a sudden, I mean, you can hear the crowd starts going crazy, but the camera is fixed on Seth Rollins' face. And then literally, you just see from out of screen, Roman Reigns just grabs this man and freaking yanks him out of the cage. I'm talking
You
like
know,
ragdoll
no, no, no,
yanked
no,
him.
no. He pulled a Gunther. Put that man to sleep.
Honest,
He put
honestly,
that man to sleep.
he did grab him by the neck, just on some Gunther type issues, like, where are your friends? And then just tossed him out of the
Where,
cage.
where are your friends? Yeah.
So he tossed him out of that cage, and Roman Reigns commenced to dog walking Seth Rollins, bro. I mean, just beating him. He even stomped his face, and then Seth Rollins is laid up on the steel steps, and Roman Reigns is like, that's a good place for you to be. I'm gonna do you like you did me, type situation. He's all like, yeah, I'm about to do that, and all of a sudden you see everybody start running down the ramp, and like Roman like stop. Roman's like, oh no. No, and Roman's was like, nah, let me, cause he did to me, blah blah blah, right? And then Roman Reigns kind of stops and he looks in the ring.
and those
and
pearly whites.
you see in the ring, and there's like a pic. There's a pic. It almost looks like when I think if you can think of the picture here, when Jesus dies on the cross, and Mary is like holding him while he's like all like, he's all, Jesus is all like this in the picture, and Mary's holding him like my baby type situation. Paul Heyman is in the ring cradling CM Punk. He's in the ring cradling CM Punk like, my baby. Oh, what has he done to my baby?
And
And
Roman's just like, what the?
Roman
You know
Reigns
what?
looking at this like, right in front of me, you're just gonna. And with no hesitation, Roman Reigns promptly stepped into the ring and put a leash on CM Punk and took him for a walk. And I'm just like, wow, Paul Heyman looking like the wife who got walked in on by the husband mid cheat session. He's all like, oh, what are you doing? Don't do that to him. You know, while he's out here beating the shit out of CM Punk. And I'm just like, oh, here we go.
Triple threat.
Fam, we're racking and stacking the triple threats, my friend. I mean, that's two
I mean,
right now.
Roman Reigns doesn't have anything else to do for Mania, so you gotta put
Oh
him in
yeah,
there
no,
somehow.
we gotta get Roman Reigns in there somehow, because Roman Reigns isn't going to fight until WrestleMania, as we probably will
Mm-mm.
figure. But man,
And that
the
was Raw.
segment with Io and all of them was still better, kind of, a little bit. But Roman Reigns did get me to pop a little bit, mostly just because of the fact that I was like, I called that. I felt that
The
that
minute
was
it
real.
happened, I texted you immediately. Called it. I was like, all right, he called it.
And the only reason why I felt that it needed to happen is because we've already seen Seth Rollins lose to Punk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Seth Rollins has lost to Punk. Punk beat him clean, fair, and square. Okay. And so on this bit, I'm like, I don't see them letting Seth Rollins beat CM Punk here. However, it seemed like they was about to. And technically, he still did win the match because both feet did land outside of the ring. Therefore, that was a win. But of course, it's not like he won by pinning CM Punk, which CM Punk is probably going to bring that up, saying the fact that you didn't beat me. You got yanked out of the cage and yada, yada, yada. And then you, Roman Reigns, sticking your nose in business, blah blah blah. That's gonna be next week, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing CM Punk come out there, veins popping out the neck, pissed off, talking that good hot garbage about everything that just got done happening tonight. I'm for it. Overall, Raw was good.
I definitely give it a rating of at least like a good B. I can't say an A, but it was definitely a good B. If we're going off the Sonic ranking system, because S tier, that's best. But I give it a solid B because while the New Day LWO match, that was for the segment. The Raquel Rodriguez match, okay. The to me, most of the really good stuff that happened today were from promos and segments. And as any wrestling fan, to me, we also need to have some good wrestling. And to me, the only really good wrestling match that kept me going was Punk and Seth, unfortunately. So While not saying that the matches were not terrible, they were not trash. They just were not. They didn't get the, as The Rock likes to do, the goosebumps.
Oh God! Listen, if you're looking for goosebumps on this road to listen, we're in like the most painfulest part of the road to
I
WrestleMania,
know. It's so
and
painful.
so it's like we as you're saying, we're not gonna get any of this, uh, unless I mean, I could say this now and be wrong because 3 o'clock next week.
Which is interesting to see Raw at 3 p.m. So I'm wondering how we're going to do it, especially for those people who have jobs, you know?
Well, funny enough, because I'm going to be out of town and I come back Sunday, I took that day off.
Ah.
Therefore, I will be able to watch Raw live at 3 o'clock p.m.
And we'll be doing the
and
review right
I can do the
afterwards.
review. So I'm free and I'm good to go for that one. However, I feel bad for you because I'm going to be gone this week taking care of business in Austin, Texas. But you got it, bro. You can handle
Oh
this.
yeah,
Hold,
we go.
hold,
I
you can
might
hold
just get a
the fort.
guest. I'll get a guest.
Oh, see? Oh,
We can get a
you
guest.
won't. There you go.
Yeah,
You won't be
yeah.
alone.
We'll
Find
get a
somebody
guest.
to do the AEW review and the SmackDown review and whatnot.
Oh, the AEW
So,
review will probably be very easy because I mean, all the reviews I'm talking about more for the the Monday episode.
oh,
Yeah.
we'll stay tuned. I might be able to. It depends. I gotta see what's popping, and especially if we do it in the morning. Let me see what my setup looks like where I'm going to be at.
When
I
you get
might
home at
still be able
12.
to do that.
Okay.
Well,
We'll see.
well, I'll explain all that afterwards, after this. But
We'll see.
as far as the Raw review goes here, uh, scene and cut, and that was Raw.
So, what I gave my rating. So, what would you give your rating for Raw?
Oh, well, I mean, if that's what we're gonna do, um, based off of our Sonic Adventures 2 battle ratings here, like I'd give it a solid B. There's a part of me that wants to give it lower, but it's because
Yeah, yeah.
it's only but mine is because I'm comparing it to AEW last night, which is a
Hmm.
story in itself. Because even though there were some wild, crazy, extreme matches, but it's like, I mean, even then, I would probably give that pay-per-view a B. But
You
we
gave the
can
pay
talk
per
about
view the a B.
listen, this is the Raw review.
I'm sorry. I know. I
I don't want
got
to
you.
spill AEW in the Raw
You
review.
good?
I've done
You
enough,
good?
but
You good?
yeah, no, Raw was a solid B. Raw was a solid B show.
Oh my
So,
gosh. All right, real quick to kind of go into that Raw segment, it says, well, I saw this meme just now, the stiffest wrestlers of all time. And, well, one is Gunther, the other
mhm.
one is Vader. The one of them, I do know who this is, but I don't remember their name. But they are a wrestler from Noah, from Wrestling Noah, and then Travis Scott. And I will put the meme up real quick. But yeah, no, that is a meme, and it was posted like 5 days ago apparently, and ridiculous.
Damn, that's listen. The shirt's ass. That's and I'm gonna leave it on that. The shirt's ass. I'm not here for
Oh
it.
my goodness. But guys, thank you so much for being here for the Raw review. Stay tuned. Come back for Wednesday when we do Dynamite as well, and the same thing. Well, I'll be doing Dynamite, and as well be doing for Friday Night SmackDown. But any closing notes for you on the road to WrestleMania or the road to what we got going on for WrestleMania?
I mean, as of right now, it's a long road, and I just need WrestleMania to hurry up and get here, cause Lord knows.
Yes,
But
goodness
I'll miss you
gracious.
guys for the rest of this week though, cause I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be out handling business, doing a show, and performing and doing music things. But I'll be back. I promise.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you guys so much for being here. Again, it's the Masaku.
And it's your boy Swag Switcher.
I'm coming up with something. I mean, technically, it's the Masaku. That's itself. But thank you guys for hanging out. Till next time, we'll see you here at BBoD Podcast, the Big Brothers of Destruction. Till next time.